Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Lenovo Chinese Grand Prix. It is round 3 here in Pro Formula, and we have 3 minutes left of qualifying. Currently, Dino is the fastest car right now with a 155.063. He leads Carter and Kimi. That's your current top 3, as everyone is starting their final laps here in this qualifying session to get pole for the Chinese Grand Prix.
Yeah, watching Dino right here across this line at about 187. He's going to set another lap here. Right now he sits on pole with a 155.0. And so far in this quality session, we kind of missed the first part of it, but we've seen some different tire strategies. For example, Dino, is on pole right now, compared to Ford, who just went onto some slick tires. He's spent the majority of the session on the wets. I believe Fearless has as well. Fearless is still on the wet tires. And it looks like there's just no pace on those tires right now. It looks like you want to be on the dry tires.
Yeah. There's definitely not any pace on them. I got out of the car just a minute ago and raced around just on the dries as you come out of the pits. And there's plenty of grip. You know if there's not grip on the dries whenever you can't accelerate out of the corner. It's hardly even about slipping. It's about even getting the tires to rotate at all. So there's definitely on the dries for them.
Yeah, and see Ford going slow down the back straightaway. I think right now, he's going to be one of those cars that's going to have one lap to really get this done with these slick tires here. I did see a couple drivers out on their wet tires. I don't know where they are right now. It looks like everyone might have switched over to softs right before we started the stream, though. Everyone should be coming across the line to start their final laps here.
Yeah, I really want to watch Ford, who currently sits 12th, coming to do a lap. He was setting up out of the hairpin, starting a lap on some slick tires. I really want to watch Ford on this final lap here for him.
Yeah, he was quick like these last 2 races. He's going to try and back it up. I mean, he let the most. Ooh, he's hit a bump actually. Oh, and his qualifying's done.
Yeah, once you hit the slowdown, go off the track, get the slowdown, you're basically hitting a pit limiter every time. So that there is no room for error when you go off the track, just as a note on qualifying and in the race. Even straddling the curb, actually, if you touch the grass straddling the curb, you're probably going to get that slowdown as well. And it's to about 60 miles an hour. And then it takes a century to get back up to speed, so his lap is done. You'll see a lot of people have positions lost very quickly if they make that kind of mistake.
I want to mention Kimi jumped up to pole position. He stole away from Dino there. This would have been Kimi's last lap, but he, I believe, was stuck behind Fear, so Kimi is not going to improve on this lap. Who else is on a lap? I want to keep an eye on Dino, see if he can get that pole position back after Kimi just stole it.
I think Beast and Ryder are both as well on their final laps right now. Currently sitting 8th for Beast and 10th for Ryder. Oh, red flag here. Someone's crashed.
Figure out where that was.
I don't know what that was from. I think it might have just been the timer going off.
Yeah, I think that is just the timer ending here as we see Beast. Yeah, there's the checkered. See Beast through the hairpin.
I think Kimi and Dino really maximized whatever you could do here. I mean, the 155 flat that Dino had was set at the top for a very long time until Kimi found, a good 10th off of that.
I think
I don't think there's much
Beast
more.
tied the lap time of the car ahead. They're tied for 7th with a 157.513.
Yeah, he did. He tied Marcus as Ride goes up into P5. So, and Dino, no, not Dino. Someone else. Never mind.
There's a lot of cars right in front of Dino who's about to finish his lap. Let's see if the leaderboard changes at all as we come to finish our last laps. Dino through the last corner. There's a lot of cars ahead of him.
And he
takes
defeated.
Wow, what a lap.
Oh, wow, he did.
And behind Nico.
Oh, Nico.
Unbelievable. 154.4.
That
So just
will
when you
be.
think you couldn't knock up another half second, then Dino did it, and then Nico topped him just by a smidge.
Yeah, now will be Nico's first pole position of the season. I don't think anyone else is on a lap right now. Actually, Ollie is on a lap right now.
Coming through the final corner, that's Nico's teammate. See what he can do. He currently sits 11th.
No improvement.
He does not improve, and I believe that is the end of our session. So it will be Nico who starts on the pole in wet conditions. Track is a little slippery, but it still dries for qualifying. We will see if that remains the case for the race.
And
The gaps are crazy.
I spoke to the weather person beforehand. They're expecting Class 2 rain for the beginning of this race, so looks like these drivers are gonna put on wet tires for this for the beginning of the race, hoping it might clear up later on.
And once you get past the top 3, or even the top 2, the gaps are ridiculous. Like the variation in performance right now.
Yeah, and Fearless was a 2:07. Something must have gone wrong for him.
I think Fearless
He
was
must
on the
have
wets the entire session. I don't think that's was the optimal strategy.
Maybe this is a power move or something. Trying to intimidate his competition.
Yeah. And nothing about having to stay on the same tire for the race start. Is that the case?
That is correct. I think it'll be declared a wet race, so all the tire compound rules in terms of staying on the compound or what tires you have to use during the race, that will be out the window with it if it's declared a wet race, which I imagine it will be.
Also, a small little thing, you guys might have noticed it. Fearless and Cookie are using different RB schemes from last race. They're doing a one-off special from for a new pink Red Bull Summer Edition. Had it. It's pretty good.
Hmm.
Yeah, there's a call by the FIA wet race, so no, it's going to be a forced wet tire start, and all tire rules will be thrown out the window, so these drivers don't have to worry about using the same set of tire twice as.
Yeah, I think we just heard the rain start coming down harder too, so there's definitely going to want to be on wet tires for the start of this race. We may even see like a safety car restart style start to the race, not a standing start, if the FIA deems that the track is too wet.
Yeah, we'll have to see. Drivers just waiting in their grid boxes right now.
Yeah, I also think it was Marcus and Beast who tied on the lap times. I believe Marcus set that time first, so I want to say it's Marcus P9 and Beast P10. But I would like to wait and hear from race control on that one, try to get official word.
Checking the leaderboard. Yeah, Marcus set it first, so he will be ahead of Beast for the race starting.
Just looking at Nico. I don't know if you spectate Nico, you can see me. I'm just getting a peek into the cockpit here, see what's going on.
I think you may be touching this cart. That's going to be a $50,000 penalty.
Yeah, it looks like NAS and race control is going to be eating a good dinner tonight. They were local to Shanghai. It's going to be a lot nicer than some Beijing beef from Panda Express for NAS.
I think Marcus comes into the pit lane. I think he's the final one.
We can actually get a hint looking at the inside of some of these drivers on their steering wheels. we get a close look at the steering wheel here, this is a great opportunity. We can see all of the information that is displayed on this steering wheel is live, updating, and accurate to our conditions of the race. So you see the mode in the top left there that shows that it's qualifying. When they switch to the race, we'll change to race mode. Then time and best, it shows their most recent time and then their best lap time of the session. Their tire wear is below that. Right now they're 100% tires because they're just pit. And then their position on the rankings. Right now we're looking at P9. The gears in the middle box with the speed below that, the RPM in the top right, and then there's 2 boxes on the right side. The 1-letter indication will tell you which tire they are on, and maybe it's S for soft or H for hard, or W for wets, which is what the driver's on now. And then, very helpful, the driver can see if it's wet or dry conditions next to that. So that will live update based on how much rain is falling. As you can see right now, there's enough rain for the steering wheel to register it as wet, and so all of these drivers, as we look around, yep, they are all on the wet tires. As I believe we're starting to get lined up at the end of the pit road.
I don't know if you caught that. Nico just gets hit by bubble already, so we're having a great start.
We're gonna have a standing start here. This is gonna be absolute chaos.
Might be a bit clumsy.
So a little bit of spring getting kicked up. It's
Oh,
definitely
man.
coming down pretty good here.
So, race predictions. Who are our sleepers and who are our winners today?
I feel like a sleeper. Hey, go ahead.
I think a sleeper is going to be Fearless starting at the back, but I think he's going to have a good pace. And then a favorite, I'm going to go with Carter.
I'm going to go with a sleeper as kind of a mix between Carter and Bubble because they have similar qualifying pace, but both of them have some pretty creative racecraft. And I think if the top guys and their pace start to get together, they can pick up the pieces. And then the obvious favorites, I think, are Nico and Dino, and maybe you throw Kimmy in there, but I think Nico and Dino have just showed incredible pace. So if they have clean air, I think they can just control it.
Yeah, I think the favorite for me is Dino. He's looked really quick in qualifying, got edged out by Nico, but I think Nico's aggression is going to bite him in the butt, so I think Dino has a good chance here, and as a sleeper, I'm going to go with Ryder, qualified P6 in a, 12-car field. He's, again, showing that he has pace for qualifying. If he can have a good race, I think he can do well today.
So, anything about the tire stint on wets? I know they don't have to pit, but are they just basically running to the end of the tires and trying to pit again, or can they actually make it all the way?
I think they can make it all the way, as these wet tires do last the entire race. And I don't know how big the fall off is compared to the soft or harder tires, but I do believe the rain will clear before the end of the race.
No, that'll be interesting. Obviously, if it clears up, we'll get that crossover moment where two can get on the slicks at the most optimal time and start putting in the laps.
Yeah, I think the first part of this race is going to just be saving those tires until the weather clears up.
Alrighty, so I guess we have our formation lap going on now. Nico's leading the field out.
Well, we graded it. I think this is going to be a rolling start.
Yeah.
There is not a formation lap, so I think has been declared. It'll be a rolling start here on the wet conditions. So they came to the grid and now they are pulling away from the grid for a rolling safety car style start to the race.
A little
Yeah, I
less
think
exciting,
that's the right
but probably
move.
the better call.
Yeah.
You definitely have Carnage into one if you didn't do a rolling start here.
And we've already seen a flip after a rolling start, so it's not like Carnage will go away if we do this.
They're pretty spaced out. I don't know if they're going to pack up right before. Okay, looks like we are. You got a thumbs up from Bubble. They're going to be spread out for most of the lap here, pack up right before the green.
And we are getting a quote from one of the radios of Beast. He is asking race control if his power flickers if he's out of the race. I don't quite understand what the point of that message is, but I'll have to keep updates on that. So we have 12 cars lined up for today's race. Uh, and only the top 10 get points, similar to regular Formula One. So we'll see. It's gonna get lucky and not. It's definitely gonna be a race of trying to survive. You don't want to get damage early on, as all these drivers do have one backup car. So if they do crash, they will be able to reset. But if you DNF for a second time, not due to lag or a bump or anything of that nature, you will you'll be DNF'd and out of the race.
And I feel like it'd be hard to make that case, even with sitting in recordings and whatnot. I don't know who they send it to and how fast they have to send it, but I think protesting something like that would be difficult. You're better off trying to stay out of trouble. As much as possible.
I don't think it's going to be about staying out of trouble. It's going to be hoping that trouble avoids you throughout the race.
Aged in here or not?
Yep,
Sure.
we are here. We are watching them pace down the back straightaway. They're starting to close up a little bit more.
So talking about points right now, Carter leads the championship by 17 points over Kimi. So a big lead for Carter. If he has, say, a decent day, you should be leading into the next race, which will be Miami, which will be next week. So stay tuned for that event. More details will be coming shortly about that. As we round the final corner, we will be getting green shortly. And I think Nico will control the field back to the green flag.
Coming through the final corner here. Still going slowly.
Long wait here.
It's a very long wait as
here
now
we
the
go.
field has been released and we are racing in Shanghai.
Into turn one, Dino has a good run. Can he try anything around the outside? He backs out of
Bubbles
it.
all in the
oh.
grass and in the gravel, and is he going to save it? No, he's just completely out right from the beginning, and we have a virtual safety car. He's got to jump out and reset. Not sure what happened for him on the beginning.
Biblical scenes here as Bubble is already protesting it, so this will probably be an extended safety, virtual safety car as Carter is off.
Gosh. And Ryder's off in the back. It's like, it's very difficult slowing down.
Treacherous conditions here in the turn one at Shanghai, and it looks like about 3 cars all went off, 2 of which after we are at a slowed pace under virtual safety car.
Still waiting from the protest about Bubble. Checking the clip right now. Yeah, he's frozen, entering the corner, and just can't save it in time. Have to see what race control does.
I feel like this should be an easy one.
I'm gonna try
So
to get a view
presumably-
here of the. There's a replay brought by Bubble. We're getting Bubble's view here. Goes to the inside of Carter here. Some light freezing happening for Bubble. It's just kind of a constant staggering. I think that should be redone.
So we'll be going green this time, leader controlled. As Bubbles crashed it again.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I think he's dealing with some
reports
severe lag here for Bubble right now. In his first race in the Pro Formula Series, he's previously been kind of a race official, kind of helping with NAS as race control.
He's up in the boost for Bahrain with me. He's at the back of the field now, so we should be going green shortly.
He's dealing with a lot of ping apparently. Kind of jumping up into the 500s or so. for a couple seconds. So worth noting that he is on the same network as the streamer. Not an uncommon problem, but hopefully it clears up for him.
Yeah, it's a pretty common problem amongst these drivers. We are waiting for a restart here.
If it continues, you think you might get a black flag, or yeah, apparently that's a nod from Bubble. They will do that if it continues for him, because obviously you don't want to ruin someone else's race.
Yeah, there was a race, I'd say 6-7 months ago in Nashville. Just was lagging all day. I had to retire. I spun, I hit the wall. I didn't even get the damage, but just lagging too bad. It wasn't worth continuing. So we'll see if that happens today, as Nico will control the restart here.
See how early he goes.
He's already going. Green is out, and Nico is gone before the last corner. Oh, he's missed the last corner. Is he going to be horrible? Yes, he is.
He's going to have some pressure.
Oh,
I feel like it
full
was the right
off in the
decision.
back.
It was the right decision to go before the last corner, but he made the mistake, and now he's side by side.
Oh, Dino had to back out there.
Oh, but he got the crossover.
Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, someone's way off the track. That's some
Marcus.
Williams. Ryder gets a
Out of
verbal
this-
contact penalty.
And Marcus.
Oh, and Nico's on the inside. He's getting passed by Dino around the outside. But Dino's in the gravel, and he's getting slowed down, but now he's sped back up out of nowhere. That's incredible. I don't know how Dino got around that. But now they're going to go side by side, I think, into
Oh,
the
and
next,
there's another-
next corner.
Looked like a Red Bull possibly, or Toro Rosso going off, but they've saved it, and it was Marcus. You were right, who went off.
Yeah,
into
got
turn
rear
one.
damage. So we've had 2 turn 1 crashes in 2 laps.
Did he have contact, or it almost seemed from my view that he just went straight on and completely missed the corner, but
And we're back to green here. Sorry to not answer your question. I think he just kind of went off there.
yeah.
There's Nico going to the inside of Dino right here, side by side through the S's. Normally this is
just
not
squeaking
possible,
back
but in the
through.
rain, the slower
Oh.
speeds, they're making it work.
Dino's cleared him.
Oh,
He's
wide
off.
right here.
He's just... Oh, Bubble is off again. He got spun, I think, but he's back on the track. No damage for him.
Dino and Nico side by side. It's going to be the last on the brakes.
The last on the
Oh,
brakes,
Carter.
Carter sends it up the inside.
What a...
Oh my goodness, but Nico's going to shove him and show him the door.
And
Dino's trying to take advantage of that.
going to get both of them. Ah, now he's got the grass a bit. Going to have a run, though.
Carter going to be right on the back of him.
Yeah, Carter and Beast both have a run.
See who's bravest here. You know your braking point's different in the wet conditions, so you got to be careful.
And it looks like Nico just outbraked himself a bit there.
Dino had a really good corner right there. Around the outside of Carter, Dino's going to get P2 back and sets his sights on Nico for the lead.
And I see
Wow,
he's at
he
a better
really
final
sit it
corner.
in the last corner.
Yeah, he has a run here. Blocks that inside again smartly from Nico. He doesn't want to switch back though.
He's going to hold it. And he goes back around. Well, Dino's just going to do it here. What a power move.
And Beast also overtakes Carter, so it's a McLaren 1-3 right now, and this is good for them and the constructors. They are currently trailing the Haas.
He's got a huge run around the outside of Beast.
What a run from Kimi.
Carter
Oh,
on the inside
they all
again,
missed the
but he's
corner.
kept it together.
4 wide momentarily.
He
Kimi's
just
up to
squeaks back
second.
on. He had the momentum around the outside. He's cleared all of them again.
Insane racing, and it's only lap
they're
3.
off. They're so off,
Oh.
Nico and Beast.
Watch out.
Coming back on the track, make sure you rejoin safely. There's more contact
Oh, no.
between those two.
Man, Nico is making himself public enemy #1 against these McLarens right now.
Bubble sneaks by and all that. Narrowly escaped the rejoin there. But now he's going to be looking toward the top 5.
Lots of drivers deep in that heavy braking zone. Remember, you got to brake a lot earlier in the rain.
Oh, Bubble nearly losing it there. So I think right
a fight further
now
on the field for P2. Carter going on the inside of Kimi right here. Bubble's teammate looking for P2 into the hairpin.
He's definitely later here. Has
Oh.
he missed
Oh,
it?
he's
Has he
missed
missed
it.
Oh!
There's contact,
Kimi.
and now where does Ford go?
Oh, he's drifting through the gravel.
Here comes Bubble.
Bubble, all of a sudden, this is your last podium position after he's just picked up the pieces from some incidents.
Might be on the back of Kimi by the time we get to turn 1. Bubble looks pretty fast with a run here. Oh, he switches back to the inside. A late move there from Bubble to the inside. He's going to get that move done. Oh, there's a car off in the
Oh,
back.
Nico.
He's going to get back on track.
And Beast. Drivers are struggling out here.
So as I said, Bubble pretty creative with the racecraft when people have some incidents, and that's
Oh.
exactly what he's done.
Beast in the gravel in the back. Nearly lost his car there.
Still got some fighting up here with the podium guys. Ford, Bubble, Kimi, all
Bubble
under
with a
blanket.
bad corner, and Kimi and Ford both split him.
Oh, Kimi just manhandles Ford.
Some wheel banging, and Ford is through, Bubble's through.
And they all set sights on Dino up ahead.
No one can really pull out a gap here because the mistakes happen like every other corner.
Yeah, I think the rain might have increased a bit. Yeah, I think the rain has gotten a bit worse or something because it seems like these drivers are struggling all of a sudden.
These guys are getting pretty spread out. But if we go back into the pack a little bit, maybe a little bit more battling, I think Fearless may be trying to challenge Beast pretty soon here.
Yeah, he was a sleeper coming into today's race. Nearly 13 seconds off the pace in
Ooh.
qualifying.
Move further up, side by side between Carter and Kimi. That's for 5th. Sorry, 4th. Kimi holds on around the outside of Carter.
Oh, further back, Fearless got a slowdown. Ryder gets that position from Fearless and sets sights on a Beast. Oh no, he's gone off the track. And Ryder saves it.
And they're
Fully in
really
the gravel there.
starting to spread out there. You're starting to see the kind of the varying performance in the qualifying times.
Ford catching Dino though. Corner cut warning for Beast.
I'm kind of curious how you even get a corner cut warning here with the way the slowdown is. I mean, it's so
yeah.
punishing. I don't even know how you give a penalty for anything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think because I did a couple laps around this for practice and I just don't know what corner you could really cut.
Right. And yeah, I don't know of any place that he could actually be exploiting it. I mean, I know that he was just battling Fearless and kind of went over the, penultimate corner, went into the grass pit, but that kills you. That kills you in your run to the final corner. So there's just hardly any point in trying to police that.
As we see Ford and Dino up ahead, they're in a tight battle right now. Ford's gonna have a good run out this final corner. Could get Dino before the corner. No, Dino almost. Bubble. Dino pulls out of line. He can just pull back in line. He doesn't have enough speed. Bubble just gonna run through it. Too late for a move as Ford tries to go around the outside of Dino. Looks like he's going to clear him before this corner. And that promotes Ford up into the lead of this race. Oh! Right checks Dino a bit.
I was going to say Dino slowed it, but one of a shot. But I think Bubble went on the run off a little bit. Let's kill this run.
Yeah, it looks like he's trying to get out of the dirty air before the corner. Could see him, like, because the dirty air is a factor here. As Dino again just rails Ford in the behind.
Trying to sneak up the inside there. He does. He made it work. And he's slow. Yeah, he nipped him underneath right after, and you figured that was going to happen because even the runoff will hurt you a bit. Not as much as the grass and the gravel, but just a little wide there for Bubble.
Yeah, and he's gonna get a run here as Dino goes and outbreaks himself a bit. Not
What a great battle. And he's gone into the grass by himself, Dino has.
I think it might have been
He
some
says-
lag there for Dino because he just drove off the track by himself on the exit of that corner.
crazy as he loses 2 positions and is now under pressure from Kimi. And now both Haas's are.
Sorry, Bubble was just off and now he's under pressure again. Carter's taking it over.
Carter, our championship leader, he needs to continue this performance if he wants to keep up his gap in the top of the standings. Doesn't look like there's team orders. Yeah, he's at a slowdown.
You see how much that slowdown just keeps you rolling down to a street that's going to be the worst possible spot.
Yeah, surprised me how he's got a corner, but might be one of the hardest things in the world.
So this has got to be one of the best gaps that anyone in the lead has had. And can Ford actually pull away here, or is he going to be under pressure for a bubble immediately
Carter's
again?
deep on the brakes here. That's going to open the door for Dino,
Oh.
who slams him back off the track. And where does Kimi go? He's got to slot in behind.
I think Carter's not going to be happy about that one. Dino kind of used him as a braking key there, so tell you when someone does that to me, it's not end well, as drivers are saying over the team radio to enable DRS. It's not really makes sense.
I was going to say that this is the kind of thing you want to police, the slamming into each other from Dino, and he does get a mortal contact warning from it. Corner cutting, I don't see why you'd even look at that, but yeah, that contact will really hurt.
Yeah, and looks like Carter's going to re-overtake Dino. No, Dino's just got the better run out the corner.
Yeah, but he's stuck on that inside
he's
and
up.
he's deep.
Just as I was thinking about those gaps, Ford is going to be under pressure pretty soon if Bubble keeps it clean because he's narrowing it down.
Yeah, but the hard part about it is not Ford keeping it clean. I think it's Bubble keeping it clean at the end of the day.
Yeah, he's got a wide here.
Being aggressive right now.
Oh, really pushing.
Better line than Ford here for sure.
Ford's definitely taking these corners a lot more cautiously than Bubble is. Really attacking it.
Yeah, and it's really on the entry. If you watch Bubble, you're not going to see it for a while here as we go down the back stretch.
Oh, Bubble
But
with a
he's-
huge slide. Oh my
He was
gosh.
really attacking the entry curbs and opening up the corner, whereas Ford were taking a little bit of a narrow line. So I think that's where most of this gap is going to be out. Really attacking the entry as much as possible.
Yeah, it's also pulling out of the third air of Ford right before the corners. He's really trying every trick in the book here, while Ford is just losing time trying to maintain this lead.
Bubble had a much better hairpin there. He was later on the brakes and had a later apex, but Ford had a better line in the corner. So I think the gap was going to come down a little bit at the line, but not as much as it looked like it will at the lap. Just under a second now back to Bubble, and I believe Carter, who currently has the fastest lap of the race, is closing on our top 2 as well. So both Haas drivers really put the pressure on Ford with 6 out front.
Oh, Cookie's around in the back. Looks like Marcus and... Oh no, he's lagged, but...
Oh, Bubble's off the track. He tries to cover
Carter's
it back
through.
off, but Carter goes through.
Just what I was saying. He's being aggressive. He's trying to catch, and That's what happens.
Oh, and Ford has gone
Ford's
off the
off.
track. Your leader is off on the grass. Carter's going to assume the lead.
Carter's a tough cookie to catch now. You give him clean air and he keeps it clean, keeps it on the track. He's going to be difficult to get around.
Yeah, and he won the last race in Australia. Basically, just dominated the
Oh,
race.
Bubble
so.
just gave Ford 2 massive bumps through a high-speed S corner. Our race control going to talk about that as it cuts the nose off. And Ford is going to lose a ton of time and possibly lose a position.
I don't think Ford's going to be too pleased about that one.
How in the world did Bubble keep the run there? Like skipping through the grass, like almost everywhere, that section of the track. And he's going to be pressuring Carter because he's got a better line here and he's onto the straight.
Oh, I
Just
just it.
Man, it's snap oversteer right on the exit there since him killing run ahead.
It's so hard to pull away with these cars, especially with the giraffe and get down this absolutely massive long straightaway.
Oh wow, it's so deep on the brakes, Bubble is.
Well, 2 deep that time. He's going to lose out on the exit. So vulnerable to Ford and Kimmy who are both close behind. So our top 4 have really separated themselves from the 5th place car. I believe it's still Nico back there. Sorry, it is now Dino in 5th. But our top 4, that's where the race really is right now.
Speaking of Kimmy, he made up like 3 seconds that lap. I don't know where he came from, but it was 5 seconds adrift starting the previous lap.
I think if Bubble's going to make any kind of move, he's actually almost being ridden on top of by Ford. But anyway, I was going to say, if Bubble's going to make any kind of move into turn 1, I notice he gets close in the penultimate corner, and then he takes the runoff in the last corner, and then he loses the run. So you can't get on that runoff. Maybe just a few mile-an-hour difference, but you can't get there. You just need to hit the curb, the red and white stuff, and then keep it on the tarmac after that.
Yeah, the runoff kind of acts as a grass in a way. It doesn't really act as like a runoff or like an asphalt. It acts as a grass, and when you hit the grass, you lose a bit of speed. So, gotta watch out for that rumble strip right there.
Boy, Bubble like drifts through this section of the track. He gets on the grass actually at the entry. It spins out the rears, and then he just throws the nose into the apex. So he's so good at that part, but then he can't top it off with a good last sector.
Well, Carter's a little wide of that first apex. Bubble can set up a good exit here. He'll have the run all the way down this long back straightaway into the hairpin.
He can not spin out.
Oh, he's
as
going
he does.
too wide this time.
Oh. Safe reemerge.
Surely he loses second and third here because there's nobody's going to
He's fully
Oh,
blocking.
a
He's
little
fully
bit of
blocking. He
what
makes
is he
contact
doing?
with Kimmy, and that's unacceptable in open wheel
There's
racing.
no way. There's no way he gets away with that. There's no way. I wouldn't even say it's a warning.
Only
They say
warning.
Only a warning, but I wouldn't even give it a warning. I mean, that could have been a drive-through or something. That's pathetic.
Yeah. Say that was
You knew he
attempted
was coming.
assassination. Yeah,
You
exactly.
always knew he was coming.
I think we might need to give him a race ban or something.
I'm not sure about a race ban, but you know. That would have been crazy. The track limits, again, I don't even know how you throw that warning out there, but there it is.
Yeah.
Right, there is warning 3 on track limits.
Bubble
And he
tucks on
claims
his
he-
forward here. He's gonna try to make the pass back for second after nearly taking out his competition down the back straightaway in the last lap. And now he's holding him narrow on the entry. Really aggressive racecraft here from Bubble, trying to set up the exit. He's gonna get there, but Ford on the inside line here. Let's see how this shakes out into the S's.
Yeah, Bubble trying to make the move around the outside. I think he's gonna clear. He is.
And that's great. You know, they're holding narrow on the entry and then throwing it around the outside to secure the inside for the next corner for yourself. That's great. But then he almost spins his car out here.
But that's so fast. Look how fast he is on the exit.
So
What
that's
in
I was
the
saying,
world
that's
was
the-
that?
It's insane. It's insane right here how he does that. But then he can't put together this last turn onto the straight and then the hairpin. He can't put it together for some reason.
Let's see his steering. turning, making small adjustments, and then he just makes it for some reason.
Better this time.
Sparks the slide, gets wide, and then spins out.
Yeah, this Tokyo drift in the middle sector after those S's is ridiculous.
I also think the FIA should definitely take a look at that, as
They probably should, because if there's a corner cut, that's where it's happening. It's not where these other warnings are coming from.
yeah, it's not from Ryder going off the track and losing 5/10.
That's exactly right.
As Bubbles actually gained 2 seconds that lap.
Maybe a little more.
Yeah,
I
he's got
think it
the
was about
pace.
4 seconds back to Bubble, because he crossed the line in third last time, and now he is in second, 1.2 seconds behind Carter. It's a Haas 1-2, but I think the car in second is a little bit faster when they are not spinning out.
I also think it's the car in second is quicker when they're not exploiting track limits.
Oh, as the
Oh,
leader
Carter.
popped up over the curb. That was scary.
Tell you, he's gaining a bit on Carter, but in that dirty air, this section, sector 2, can be a bit difficult. You gotta try and avoid that spray, which also is where the dirty air comes from.
This is where Bubble is so good, man. Let's see how he does it here.
All
Yeah, he's
four
on the
wheels.
grass. Blue stuff will kill you a little bit, but his line on the entry into those couple left-handers is really interesting. It's working for him. Boy, the field is spread out at this point. I mean, if I'm just spectating Bubble here, I see the top four, but then past Kimmy, I don't see hardly anyone until they start coming down that straightaway. There's Nico about to go into a braking zone as we come on this long stretch. So this is an incredibly elongated field at the moment.
And Ryder and Ollie are going side by side momentarily. So Ryder has 3 track warnings. Bubble has 0. And one of them is in second, and one of them is intense.
Yeah, let's see if Bubble can get this last corner together. And he's in the green again. And see how he loses that. He loses some time there to Carter. It's a smidge, but you can't get a run into one if you're going to get on the green stuff there.
It's also not Bubble doing the trick anymore. I saw a Ryder unsuccessfully pull it off.
As Carter was fully in the grass on the inside of one, now Bubble's fully in the grass on the outside of one. Oh, and they're both sliding. Both of the Hosses are drifting through the corner. Oh my gosh, what a tandem drift. This Ford takes away second, but Bubble slams back on the inside of him.
Throws
and
it
he's
back
running
up
him
and then
off the
pushes him
track.
off the track.
Oh my gosh.
It's just the kind of racecraft
Oh,
you
he's
like to
letting
see,
him by.
right?
He's letting him by.
Yeah.
As
Okay,
Kimmy's
good.
going to capitalize and take away second. Kimmy is loving this.
Go get him, Kimmy. I haven't seen any bad stuff from Kimmy so far. But now he's about to go off the track.
Oh no, he's got it. He's okay. Oh, he's still off.
Commentator's
He's
curse.
Just as I say that, he goes off.
Oh man. Both the Haas drivers decided they were at a Formula Drift event, not the Pro Formula event.
Oh
in
my
turn
gosh,
one.
Bubbles made it through again. He's already past Kimmy, and we're about to see him right here.
All 4 wheels off that track.
Oh, not this time. This time he decides to full cut. He gets the slowdown. Where's Kimmy going to go? Kimmy with the run on the back of him. He has to lift out of him.
Surprising move by Kimmy. Maybe he's trying to get the draft for this back straightaway.
I wouldn't blame him. It's very effective.
Oh, Bubble and Kimmy cutting there. Kimmy
it's
cutting
about
again. So he's not going to have a good run.
Just don't understand that wide run from Bubble in the final corner. Gets really loose.
Yeah, I think you want to keep a narrow line there. More about trying to keep it tight than it is trying to take the momentum all the way to the outside, because there's just no grip there and the rear kicks out and there's nothing to gather up by the time you're actually on the straight.
Yeah, and it looks like drivers in the back are also trying to do the bubble strategy, but they just can't seem to pull it off right. I think Bubble has just absolutely mastered it, and he can.
Looks like he's now
Not-
using the popping up on the curb as an entry into turn 1 as well.
I guess you know some things when you're, constantly tweaking and designing the track. You kind of know where some of the exploits are, maybe.
And that's impossible. He would never do anything like that. Well, if he was doing anything like it, he would have a 13-second lead out front, but he's currently in third, 5 seconds back from Carter, so.
Oh, Ford is in the gravel a little bit. So is Bubble.
I think they're
But now
both
Bubble's
okay.
in the grass.
Like Kimmy really went in the grass in the background there. He's going to lose some time
Yeah.
to the top 3.
Just wonder when this rain's gonna clear up. Props to Michelin for fixing the tires last race, Agent. Oh, Bubble
his
spun
Bubble's
out!
done it again. He's fully off this time. He's in the
That was really-
gravel.
It's
He
bit him in
went
the
over
butt
too
this time.
far this time.
So Michelin has fixed the rain tires last weekend. They restarted with, 10 to go? And they lasted 6 corners until Kimi careered into the wall, and they threw the red flag and called it a day. But looks like the rain tires are fixed. As crazy that we've only done 13 out of our 34 laps. I could have swear 25 laps have been passed, but not even halfway done with this event yet.
Gap is getting pretty crazy for Carter. And Ford's hanging in there, but the more battling that's happened between second and third place, the more Carter, I think, has gotten more comfortable.
I've got some news for you guys. You said we just did I think that was the 14th lap. Carter's tires are on 43% now, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see some pit stops for some new wets. Even if it stays raining, we're probably going to need some new wet tires on these cars to go to the end.
I think Carter hit a slowdown there.
Oh yeah, he did. Now Ford's going to pressure him. I wonder how much you try to save. Do you save in the event you think there's going to be a crossover point and it dries up, and instead of taking a second set of wets, you just try to hang it out there until you can get on those slicks?
Yeah, and I would say, if this rain doesn't clear up, it might be worth pitting soon, just so you can get on some fresh, wet tires. Maybe try and make up some positions if we don't get dry racing.
Right. And do you put yourself in a bad position if you pit for extra wets and get the lap time, but all of a sudden you're in the back of the pack? Because the gaps are so long, I wonder if that's even possible. Like if Carter or Ford pits and they come out in the middle of a battle for 10th.
Well, think about it, if Carter pits right now, he might come out in front of Dino, and if you look at it, there's 19 seconds behind Kimi and Dino. Now, as the great reporters we are, we didn't really see how long a pit stop takes, so I would imagine come out between 7th and 4th position.
Right. It's so spaced out, it's unlikely you actually lose time from getting in a battle. Even if it were more than what we're thinking the pit stop would be, I think it's unlikely you actually end up in a battle at all. So if you're going to pit for the wets, I think you do it just about on schedule, and you don't have anything else to worry about.
Yeah, lap 20, 17 to 20.
I think lap 17, 18 is going to be about the time you're going to want to come into the pits.
Yeah, Carter is on 39%.
We're still unable to see the lap count here. Is this lap 15?
15, yeah.
All right.
I have to check the live stream, see what agencies, as Ryder is. Seems like Race Control is targeting Ryder right now, or maybe Ryder is targeting Race Control.
So Kimi Kimi has gone ahead and pit there. I noticed he had yet to cross the line, and this is a good measurement because he's out behind Dino. Where's the next driver? That's Fearless. That's next. Coming into turn 1, I believe Kimi's going to hold on here. So Kimi puts on some fresh, wet tires. Going to try to get a big-time undercut with fresher tires here in the wet.
And he just came out in front of Fearless and Nico, so he doesn't have to worry about them, at least for the moment.
But Dino is going to be concerned. On the up, he will have fresher tires, so it won't be too difficult to overtake.
Well, Kimi was about 10 seconds back. I'd say he's about 34 seconds back now. So, you know, a 24-second loss in the pits. Looks like Carter and Ford should both be able to pit and come out ahead of Dino. Bubble would probably come out right behind Dino if Bubble were to pit.
Yeah, maybe. I think Carter is the only one who could really get in front of Dino. Maybe Ford. I mean, Ford and Carter are, I'd say, they're the two closest people in the lead pack, which Bubble has just kind of drifted away from. I think all of the sliding has drained his tires, which are at 25% compared to Carter, who has 35% tires.
That's an interesting point.
It's like I was saying earlier Carter nearly loses it, but as I was saying earlier, Bubble pushing might bite him in the back, as his tires are going to be in a bad position now compared to Ford and Carter, who can I wouldn't say battle, but could at least continue putting on a good pace. As he lost 3 seconds that lap.
As you can visually see how much faster Kimi can go through these corners. Look at him through this last corner. If he's mistake-free, he should be a lot more pace. It just looks more controlled for Kimi. He's going to be going by Dino here pretty soon. You're going to want to see that gap close between Kimi and the leader. Yeah, I feel like in the second half of that lap, he probably gained a couple seconds on the leader.
Just has to clear Dino here. That's going to be his main concern. If he clears Dino, as Dino...
Oh, they get a slowdown right in front of Kimi, and then Kimi goes off and gets a slowdown.
That's kind of the worry you have. He's going to get by him here, but that's kind of the worry you have with being in traffic. It didn't seem like it was going to be that bad for Kimi until that point, but it's not going to lose him a ton of time because it's in a slow part of the track. But obviously, there is time to be gained by getting an undercut. It's just a matter of how close Kimi was actually to being competitive with the strategy move like that.
I think he's going to be a ways off of Carter and Ford. They are going to have plenty of laps to just keep going and then pit whenever they like. But I think at this point, Kimi's probably already jumped Bubble in the pits. Bubble's going to have to do some fighting if he wants to get back on the podium after his pit stop.
Yeah, I would say his best bet is just to start pitting, because at this point, Kimi's going to catch him before he even makes a pit stop. Carter's going to be coming in. This is going to be interesting. If he can get ahead of Kimi, that will be great for his race. He will be on fresher tires than the Williams driver. I wonder if Ford does the same thing and just follows him in.
Let's see what this entry is here. Braking very early, being safe.
Ford in as well. So the top two are both in the pits here.
And looks like
entry.
they both...
Yeah, great entry.
Yep.
And that's
now,
Bubble in behind as well, I believe. Is Bubble... He's got a puncture. Puncture for Bubble. Puncture for Bubble, the Wonder Boy. He went too far. He spun out. We saw his tires were worn. Oh, he's crashed himself. There's got to be a safety car. The pits have got to be closed. Virtual safety car is out.
What in the world is he doing?
Trying to type and tell us what was going on. He just runs the left front right into the wall.
maybe partially typing, but he also had a puncture. I don't know if he could accurately drive it, but Bubble is going to be out, I think. Or is that his one reset?
That's how it happened. I saw it happen right next to me. It was almost all the typing. The right rear puncture was under control. That's why you have that rule, folks. You don't type in the middle of the race, and now we see what happens.
I think he has to drive it back around. What's he doing?
What is he doing? He's driving around. And, I said it might have been a puncture, but he's clearly driving fine with a
and he's flying now.
Bubble the Wonder Boy now flying overhead of Kimi. What is he doing?
What in the world?
He's cutting out of his car and showing his flying abilities. He's managed to land on top of Kimi's car.
What is...
He's gonna hitch a ride on Kimi in the 55 machine. one of his competitors driving around the track here under a virtual safety car. He's
Dude,
dancing on top of the car.
Race Control have anything to say about this?
Race
gonna
Control
be a
is quick
safety
to
car?
be on the track limits, but they love it when Bubble dances on top of the moving car.
They love dancing, man. They love dancing on the hood.
Kind of surprised a full safety car wasn't called. I mean, we had a man on track.
Yeah, flying, no less. Green flag is back out. We're going once again. As now, I believe everyone can make it to the end that has already pit. Carter and Ford is very close to Carter. And with a run, we might see a change of the lead right here.
I think we will. Can Ford clear? Yes, he does.
Is he deep, though? He's a little bit deep. Carter could set up a run here on this exit. Here he comes.
Or should keep it tight here. He's gonna keep that tight line the whole time.
I'm fully frozen right now.
He's got the drag. He's got a big slipstream riding on board with Carter from the cockpit view. He's going to get in a big slipstream going to the inside right here. We're going to switch over to Ford's cockpit view. You see Carter has gone by as they hit the brakes right here way before the curb in the rain. Is Carter too deep?
Yes, he is.
The Ford's a little deep.
Oh, Ford.
We both honestly got it under control right there. That was pretty solid. As Carter typing in the chat while racing, he says Marcus. And that is all as he takes the lead.
Oh, man. We love it.
As we are halfway through this race right now.
Ford almost into the back of Carter.
And Carter's going to get a slowdown here. He's fully in the grass. Yeah, here comes Ford. Ford is flying. Is Carter cutting the grass again? Oh, he's still got speed. But Ford's still with a run. Here comes Ford.
These two got absolutely blessed with the mistake from Bubble. So if there's any question about them winning, there's really not anymore unless they take each other out.
As Ford just barely avoids a corner cut warning right there and bottles it by going on the grass.
Dude, lap traffic might become a thing here at some point. Wouldn't be surprised. I think you've got the last couple cars on the backstretch before the penultimate corner. That big hairpin as Carter is coming down or about to enter that sector of the track. By the time you get to the end here, they might have the pace to start getting on the back of some lap cars.
Yeah, and the first one they will find is Ryder.
Yeah, Ryder's just going into the hairpin right now. Carter just going onto the back straightaway. We could definitely see that by the later part of this race. Some lap cars playing into the outcome.
Carter now.
When Carter keeps it clean, he's pretty fast.
His GPU temp is up from 85 to 95 degrees. I don't know if it's Celsius or Fahrenheit. I guess we'll have to assume it's Celsius.
I would assume it's Celsius. That's an extremely cool TC if it's Fahrenheit. As we're hearing from Carter, possibly some overheating issues for that car.
Yeah, and has a 2-second gap to Ford right now. Just has to keep it as clean as he can right now.
That was a really clean one. Yeah, 1 and 2 right here. That's a little bit over, but I think he's still mostly clean. That's kind of what you want. They're both gapping Kimmy. They've got better lap times.
Yeah.
Carter with the fastest lap of the race. They just have to keep doing what he's doing, and he'll bring it home with another victory here.
Yeah, he's so far behind. Really, the only realistic challenger is Ford, but we see him go off every now and then. It's hard for him to actually keep up. Kimmy's just now about to go into that braking zone that Ford just came out of, so just think about everyone being out of it at this point. If you're Carter, you just try to keep it on the black stuff, because if you keep it clean, keep the laps going and ticking, Ford doesn't seem to have enough pace to make a challenge.
And
isn't
exactly
what he do is
Miami after this? Like Miami?
don't believe
we
we
doing-
are. I believe this is just the one.
Oh, okay. Don't know if I can mentally do 2 races at once.
As we get a warning for typing while racing. Where was that?
He
We've
could've
seen
saved
that
us.
multiple times before from many other drivers, and now it's Dyno's been the one that's been singled out for it. As you can see while we're looking at Carter going into the brake zone of the hairpin, there's a couple cars exiting. That looked like Ryder.
And Ollie.
I think you're right. Yeah, Ryder and Ollie, both on the tail end of the field. The leaders are definitely going to catch those two. They just crossed the line, and the leader is now out of the final corner.
Yeah, and he's continued to gap Ford. Kimmy's nowhere to be found. Ford's kind of falling off the back of him.
Race is all but settled down right now. As, never mind, I see Ryder and Ollie again battling side by side.
Only way I can see Carter kind of getting into the draws of Ford again is if he comes upon a battle with Ryder and Ollie, which is very possible.
And also, it's also the duo of Doom and Destruction, so he's going to want those blue flags to come out as soon as possible. As
Yeah,
he's
man,
only a
It's messy
corner away.
for Ollie and Ryder right now. They're going off every other corner. Carter's keeping it clean on the tarmac, running good lap times. They just gapped another 4 seconds back to Kimmy. So, I mean, the third place car is 4 seconds off the pace. That shows you the pace of Carter right now, which means the pace back to these cars in 11th and 12th. You know, Carter is going to catch these cars super fast.
He's got a pit stop on most of the field. Obviously, he couldn't take it with Ford being within striking distance, but he's almost gapped Kimmy to that point.
I actually just saw Ryder's tires. He's at 21% wets. He's going to have to come in or he's going to get a puncture.
If he gets a puncture in front of Carter and he takes him out, I mean, what do we do then? Will race control finally give him a warning for something other than track limits?
I don't know if you could get a warning for getting a puncture. It's at 20%. He has to make it back quick.
Bubble is wrecked, by the way, guys. He's completely into the barrier, and we have a virtual safety car. And he's got a tire right front. And all the right sides
If
for
that's
it.
not a
That should just be a
protest, then
safety
he's going
car.
to be out of the race.
Should be a safety car.
If you're Carter, you hate to see a safety car with the kind of gap that he's got on the field, but we'll see what they do here.
I guess the only thing that would make you feel better about it is you've got the pace to
don't
pull
s-
out 30 seconds to everybody else. Almost respawning his car again. No word from race control
Should-
yet. That would have been his second reset if it's not a protest.
I'm not seeing anything.
Well, the first reset rate was not held against him, wasn't it?
Right.
And we have a
first
full
Yeah,
safety
safety
car?
car's out. Oh.
We have a full safety car for seemingly no reason at all. So Carter, this is just a race control rigging the race. That's from Carter.
We've
Maybe
got
he'll
some other
also get a
drivers
warning for
pitting.
stepping.
The drivers that were just about to go a lap down are pitting for new wets now.
Yeah, as... I think Ryder
Unbelievable.
must have blown a flat or something going into the pits, so he got really lucky. And Bubble's crash was very lucky for Carter, as Ryder well and truly could have blown a tire right in front of him, sent both of them to the back.
And we still haven't heard anything about Bubble. Not sure what the ruling is there. I'm sure we'll find out at another time, but it'd be really nice to know what's going on here.
Also, you just can't think of a reason for why you'd have a safety car here when we've had other situations with Bubble and just virtual safety car.
Because after you get your second DNF, it's a safety car. If you lose one of your resets, it's just a VSC.
So it's apparently, just from Bubble here, he was saying the protest itself triggers the safety car. Protest is an automatic safety car.
Bubble just went off by himself under the safety car into turn one. He needs to stop talking to our commentary, our color commentary from Little Man here.
So what does this mean for the order? Where's Bubble gonna restart?
I didn't know Bubble could restart. I thought it was only one reset.
So still not seeing a official protest being filed. So
I mean, if the second reset is a DNF and that's a safety car, I understand that ruling, but just not sure why Bubble's still in the race.
Yeah, and can't say his first DNF was lag because he was saying, I got a flat, I got a flat, I got a flat, and then hit the wall, so. See what happens as Dino has to go AFK.
That's right. I forgot about him just completely hitting the wall in the pit entry there.
Yeah, it looks like Dino's parents are calling him from in the car, so it looks like that McLaren is equipped with a phone inside of the car. His parents are calling him. He's got to stop, talk to him.
Yeah, I think I see a iPhone 15 next to the driver helmet.
Oh, 15, man, McLaren's. You know they've got that fancy sponsorship going on. They managed to get their hands on iPhone 15 here.
Well, just put it back
Dude,
away.
He's almost running a Marcus there. That's awesome.
that would have been incredible.
I think that's the first time this broadcast will see Marcus all day.
This race is coming down to it. Wouldn't be surprised if Carter just got swallowed up off of some aggression from these, top 5 or so.
It looks like for a minute there we were able to see the lap count on the stream and then it just disappeared again. So lap 21 here.
And
under safety car.
As we're under safety car, we want to thank everyone watching right now for sticking with us right now. 8 p.m.
race.
Fridays, yeah, it's pretty spread out, but if you
Hey,
guys
it
saw
looks like
Bahrain,
Bubble
What
has
is
just-
going on?
what is going on?
Making contact under the safety car, automatic 10-second penalty in any F1 game.
He's trying to make an official's message here. We can't read that off on the stream.
Looks like we're gonna have to.
I think that might be a.
Here. I don't think that's a foul.
It's also
Yeah.
typing during the race.
I saw it warning for that earlier. Personally, I think if you're typing during the race and it gets you damage, you should be out of the race. But I believe, are we going green this time right here?
Someone's
Oh, and is that Ryder?
The Ryder's just completely binned it coming into the hairpin.
He says, nice
What the
Marcus. I think he's blaming Marcus. And there's someone else behind. Is that Fearless further behind? No, Fearless
Said
is up in
Ryder
the pack.
brake
Who else is
checked
back there?
Marcus. What is going on with this race? We need our race officials to do something about this.
We're all
Ollie
coming
is
in.
still catching up. It looks like Cookie was the one catching up. The drivers are being
No, it
brought
was
into
Ollie.
they're going to the pits here, so
What in the world?
we're getting pit stops here.
And Cookie's going to assume the lead then? Because Cookie stayed out here.
Yeah, but he sped. He's speeding under safety car. What's he doing? No, he's a lap down. I'm stupid.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we have an answer there.
Fearless up to Sir now.
So do we have any word on if on Bubble still being in the race here? It'd be great if we could figure out the ruling on that.
It looks like it's a.
Mark's spinning out in grass for no reason, and he's back on. How is it impossible to drive under a safety car?
I think it looks like Bubble is making this a dictatorship. I mean, that's the only reasonable conclusion I could come to. What is going on?
There's also we're seeing
Yeah, Nico just rams it.
I think Bubble, in typing his message, set the laps back to 10, and so it says checkered flag there on the ticker now.
What? And
Because
we're
of
back
what
to
Bubble's
racing
done.
speed?
I
Not
think
sure what's
we're still
happening
under
up front.
safety car.
Marcus has
Oh
been
my-
given a drive-through penalty. The cars up front are going pretty fast right now for a
They're
safety
going-
car.
they're
Yellow
going,
flags are
they're
displayed. They're
racing.
gaining quickly
But
on
they
the
have to catch
slow
Cookie.
car of
And
Cookie.
Cookie's going.
What is going to
so
happen?
slow.
Carter around the
He's
outside
around
with
the
a
outside.
huge move through the S's. What a phenomenal move from Carter. Reassumes the lead under the safety car.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
And they slowed down again.
I would
And
just
Dino's gone completely off.
and here we go. Laps
I
are
can
back.
hear Bubble giggling through the mic in the background.
So does Cookie get a chance to unlap himself again here, or is he in the
I don't
actual lead? Was he ever lapped down? I mean, you hardly have any idea what's happening at this point.
I mean, Cookie, it's hard to say because safety car came out. I imagine Cookie would be on the lead lap because remember he was ahead of that group that was just about to be
right.
lapped. They were just about to be the first cars to be lapped, and the safety car came out.
Yeah.
So if so, Cookie's in the lead with 90% tires.
He
Carter just
should be
behind is going to be at 99, so it's going to be close.
He's gonna be, yeah, because I mean, it kind of confused me earlier that he went past the field and kept racing speed, like he was unlapping himself, like he got the call to unlap himself. But no, he wasn't lapped, and he's in the lead now.
In a new episode of Family Guy, Peter fights a giant chicken, which is kind of how we're feeling right now about blocks being Peter right now, having to fight the giant chicken of Carter, Kimmy, Fearless, Ford, and Bubble behind him. I think we hear Bubble giggling over the microphone.
Yeah, he's having a blast over here.
Sounds like it. Looks like Bubble is the only car with infinite resets. I guess he can do whatever he wants. It is in fact the dictatorship.
The only driver not governed by any of the body of the rules.
Oh my God!
Race Control was pinging us right before this with an updated rulebook. That is out the window as hopefully we get going green this time. Final corner right here.
See where
And
he goes.
Cookie is
Here we
gone.
go.
We are green.
Marcus into the pits.
There's a big
Oh,
pack
this
behind.
race is bad.
Huge pack behind.
He's gonna jump.
Oh, we might see some 3-wide action into turn 1. Here he comes up the inside. That's Fearless. There's contact. Bubble goes through with the best move of the day. Oh, and Carter, their fastest car of the day, gets pushed off into the gravel.
Carter's completely out of it at the moment. He's back down to the last running car here. And Bubble all of a sudden is going to challenge Cookie for the race win. He's going to run on him.
Oh no!
He's going to digress for no reason.
And now Fearless. He's gonna have a run here. Oh, I think he's gonna get a corner cut here.
He's just giving the lead to Bubble.
What is Cookie doing?
Bubble now
He's
leads.
on a
If he was
silver
giggling before, he is going to be hysterical now.
Yeah, he's elated over here.
As Fear gets a warning. As Carter's going off again, he was coming comeback drive. He's fully cutting the corners. He gonna wreck somebody. Oh my gosh, he comes back on. He does. He runs into the Williams, who runs into the Sauber, and they're both off. And Carter is back down the field order again. And Bubble's pulling away.
Are you wide about to go into this heavy braking zone? This piece is now looking at the inside.
There's no way that this is
they're
a
both
good
gonna
idea.
get around Fearless and Cookie and Ford and Beast. And Ford is keeping up the inside, full sending like it's NASCAR.
But he's
Everybody's slow.
Who's running?
There's contact. Someone's off and spinning out. Carter gets another spot. Carter's gonna be back in it. We stay green.
To run on Fearless. And he's just opened the door for him. I don't understand that. He's just let Ford go right by him.
In all of this chaos, Ryder, who was running last, is now up to 5th position.
He's looking for a pass here too.
Blocking
Here
from
comes
Beast,
Carter
and
deep
now
on the
Carter's
brakes,
gonna
lead
go
side
to
of
the
Ryder.
inside.
Oh, a full send from
Beast is
Carter,
off.
but he's
Beast
gonna
is
get it
off.
done. He's up into 4th.
Carter on an absolute charge, coming to about 10 or 11 to go, I think.
I can't even really describe what's going on at this point, as Ryder... just what the hell was that?
Carter might still win this because there's no way Bubble's getting away. Not with the way he drives.
Yeah, there's no shot. As it's going to be Ford on top of Bubble and Carter all over Fearless. They're side by side now.
Oh, is that switchback? No, he's into the back. He's still nipping at the inside.
Carter driving angry, takes away the spot.
He's gonna run Ford down like just in a matter of a couple sectors, probably.
Especially if Ford's stuck behind Bubble. Carter using that curve to pop up on entry, going in deep, but getting a good exit.
Yeah, good exit.
As long as he doesn't get sent up the inside, he's got a shot here. If he can get away in this sector, this would be good for him.
I think that last brake zone was good for Carter. Like getting through that big brake zone without someone sending it on him. Yeah, that's all what he needed.
Yeah, he can now have that, I would say, cleaner era, not having to worry about these cars behind him ramming into his bum. So, as long as he can just stay out of the dirty air in the tight corners and get that draft, he should be in this lead conversation really shortly.
Yeah, he's a good ways.
Between Fearless.
Yeah, Dino's back up the inside, so he completes the pass there. I think Carter's a good ways off of these guys at this point. He can really lock in and try to pull rein in these top two.
Yeah, momentarily, Ollie went off in the back. Managed to keep it going.
And Ford might even challenge for the lead here in a second.
Oh, Dino misses the corner in the back. So does Ryder.
Oh, he's fully off into the gravel. And Fearless gets back past them.
Now Fearless is up into, what is that, 3rd position?
That's going to be 4th behind the top 3. Pulled away, and they're all crashing on the final corner. Oh my gosh, the Williams is off, Ryder is off.
Crash.
It's going to be a full safety car right away. They're back on the track.
My gosh.
They hit Cookie.
Good rate, pull it down. Oh no, Beast is going straight into him.
There's a huge crash on the front straightaway. We missed the end of it on the stream. We're going to try to get some replays.
I think Ryder just went into the back of Kimmy there. And now I think Ryder's out of this race.
Yep.
Damn, Ryder was also proving himself this week, and after getting publicly flamed, is now DNF'd in a huge crash with Kimmy.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate that Ryder does not named Bubble the Wonder Boy, or else he would have another reset here.
Yeah, it's sort of noting a race leader probably shouldn't be on the track at the moment, but that's what the situation is. And just as I was saying, you got to pull it down, you know, pull back the speed because there's like 3 red cars on the track. I just saw Beast come flying in and narrowly miss someone who was right off the track. I don't know if you caught that on your stream.
Oh, I did see it. If anyone's got a clip, I'd love to see that. Get a replay of it.
I would think that would be a penalty or something. I mean, I'm looking at a replay. It looks like it looks like Kimmy went into the back of Fearless. Ryder, it was too late for him to really take any action. Hits Kimmy, and then they both go into the wall. And then they come back on track. Yeah, it's a messy situation. Yeah, I don't think Ryder could have avoided that whatsoever. He got really unlucky there.
As I would like to note, Kimmy just got 2 slowdowns in like 1 corner by himself under safety car, trying to catch up.
And I think Carter is lacking, yeah.
I think Carter's just trying to message. I think it was just these guys can't stop typing, and that's why you see them all of a sudden start going straight out of nowhere because they just love to talk.
Yeah, and you think back to race 1. I mean, Ryder, he was leading the race with 4 laps to go. Get this, types in the middle of the corner and DNFs himself under the safety car. That was the most tragic thing I've ever seen in my life. And it's going to be 3 straight DNFs for Ryder. Are we going to go I think we're going to go back to green here.
Kimmy was the last one to catch up, and he is here. So we should be going back green this time.
So Bubbles the terrorist boy will lead the field back to green here, followed by Ford and Carter. Both of these Haas drivers need a good day as they want to re-overtake McLaren in the standings. And even the stream is starting to say Bubble becoming a psychopath, so
yep.
See what happens.
Let's see where he goes here. Before the last corner, after the last corner, I think you go before, personally, but
I think I hear him. I think he's yelling over them.
So he opts
in the
not
car.
to do that. He's going to lead them out onto the front stretch.
He's going.
Gonna pull.
And he's...
Yeah.
Someone had a great start there. Was that Nico with a phenomenal restart? He's gonna pass Carter before the start-finish line. I don't think that's allowed. I thought you had to wait until after the start-finish line to make an overtake.
Marcus off.
Nonetheless, he's off
Nico
the track,
off.
and so there shouldn't be a need for any penalty because he loses all his positions right away.
And
he drives straight back off the track by himself again. He's
oh my gosh.
firmly last now.
If there wasn't a need for race control, that was it. He ran him out of their job. So he's punished himself.
As Ford's gonna send it up the inside.
He's fully super deep in the corner as behind it's Carter and Dino fighting. Ford
And
is
he's
going to
gonna
get run over the
block
back up by
Carter.
Carter. Bubble reassumes the lead as here comes Dino to the outside.
Dino's gonna send it, but he's too deep.
I would imagine a warning possibly for Ford for an unsafe rejoin.
Look at Carter do. He's getting close to the back of Ford here. It's gonna be a second before he's able to challenge. If you go back in the pack a little bit, Cookie's under a lot of pressure from basically the rest of the field. He's got his teammates sending it down the inside. Fearless backs out of it.
But Cookie's wide.
Cookie's
Fearless going to get a
wide.
spot.
And he's gonna lose 2 positions.
He's tight on this tight exit here. He's going to
He's
push
just
him
forced
off.
Dino at the track.
Every time I go to Dino, I see him drifting on the grass. Every time I go to his car.
That wasn't really his fault. I mean, Cookie just kind of door slammed him.
Dino might drop all the way back to where Nico is now after that abysmal turn 1.
Yeah, truly a turn 1 to remember if you're one of the competitors. Maybe not if you're Nico, but still raining here. It's been raining all race long.
It'd really be something if it dried up right at the last second. Maybe like lap 31 or something like that.
Maybe
That'd be crazy.
Not really sure what the radar is reading here.
We might have to arrest race control for information about the weather. Yeah, but I think Ford and Carter might have a chance at closing up the bubble before the end of the race. We only have 7 laps to go here.
I think they will. I think they're going to have the pace. They're gonna do a quick tire check. Carter on 82% tires, Bubble at 69. Ford is also on 80. So it's going to be close, but Ford really closing the gap here to Bubble after that tight turn 5, I believe it is.
Yeah, he's looking quick, you know. I would say, like, his win in Bahrain was kind of taken from him, not really out of his own fault. And he's trying to take back a victory here this season.
Carter with a better line and a double left-hander. He's going to gain a lot on the top 2.
Bubble's still running that cheese line in the double left.
I think
He
we might have.
does it in a
Yeah,
lot
I
of
saw it.
places. He does it right there in that braking zone.
Something similar right there, yeah. Carter's going to
think,
get a slowdown there. That's killer for Carter on the back straightaway.
But look at Ford. He's going to have a good run here. I almost think he's going to close up and
Yes.
overtake him, but
Please
catch
don't
him.
let Bubble win. I mean, the fact that Bubble's trying to show pace right now is so depressing, man.
We hear Bubble burst out into laughter at the sound of his brother preying on his downfall. Oh, and he cuts the corner a little bit. Ford with a huge run.
I think he's losing concentration over the banter from the commentary booth, which I don't really understand how he's hearing from inside the cockpit.
I think his
Dude,
team must have
Ford-
wired him up to the broadcast so he can hear us as he's weaving down the front straightaway. Just under
can make
half a
one
second back to
defensive
Ford,
move.
and it's going to get closer as Bubble drifting on the
he's-
entry again.
He's kicked
What
up
is
the
that?
left rear. That's incredible that he's able to do this on every corner now. He's basically used that exploit in the entire track.
Oh, Beast! Oh, Beast!
Oh,
big
there's
crash in the
big
back.
contact on the front straightaway. You're right. Beast is going to be out or with damage here into turn 1. Virtual safety car is out.
Oh my god, there's a lot of damage to that car. He spun and then he got absolutely rammed into the back by someone. I mean, that was a full-on ramming in the behind. I mean, you really have to think, like, he was just a passenger as his car was getting obliterated back there.
Maybe he'll protest and get everyone in the full safety car.
If he chooses a protest, according to Bubble, well, by his rules, it would be a safety car, but because it's not Bubble, I highly doubt it would be a safety car.
So Ollie's on his last car. The message from race control, NASCAR boy. Not sure if there's any others that are on their last car. We know Bubble surely isn't. He has infinite cars.
He's just forgotten how to get into his car. He's just standing there right next to his car.
I think we might need to call a full safety car for this at this point.
Beast unable to climb over the halo.
It-
He's still trying to
definitely
squeeze
not
in
gonna go
between. Now he knows how to get up top. Gets back in
You're
his
definitely
car.
not going to get a full safety car with Bubble in the lead. So just get that out.
I think the gym might be worse future for Beast, who is struggling to get into his car. Maybe because he was either too fat, or maybe he was just too
Green
weak.
flag
as
is
the green
back
flag's
on. We are
back out.
racing once again here in Shanghai. And it's a good restart for Ford.
Come on,
He's at the
Ford.
speed
Here
way
he
earlier.
comes.
So he's going to get in this slipstream. Bubba's going to weave down the street and try to break it. I'm not sure he's going to have enough for a boost or not. He's
Good
going
time. He's closing quickly.
Oh
Here he
man,
comes.
look at this run.
Back to the outside, back on the racing line. That's where you want to be for the entry. Bubble moving under
Oh,
braking. He's
Bubble's
deep.
so
Bubbles way
deep,
too
he's gonna
deep.
go into the
Bubbles off the
gravel.
track. Bubbles fully off the track in the
He's going
gravel.
to be there for a while. He's going to take a trip and vacation in the gravel for a little bit.
He has gone to the beach in the sand. He drops down into third.
And Marcus as well fully loses it in the back as he nearly DNFs. Saves it.
Just like that, Ford has a significant lead. But we know Carter has pace, though. So can he do it in 5 laps or so?
These have been the two best drivers all season long.
And I hate to say it, but Bubbles not out of it. He's right there behind Carter.
Yeah, he is right
As
there.
much as you hate to see it, there he is.
And hold on a second. Bubbles. Ooh, maybe I shouldn't say anything, but I just saw some administration functions coming on Bubble's screen in the middle of the race, and it looks like weather may be changing a little bit at the moment. It looks like the weather may be drying up some, drying up a little bit.
Bubbles changing the weather.
He gave me the finger wag and the shush. But I think we all know what's happening. We know the writing on the wall at this point.
Bubble changing the weather from the cockpit in third place. He's gonna make it dry up as soon as he goes to the pits for slicks.
That would be something.
He's closing
gonna
in on the back of Carter here as I regain my composure up in the booth.
Man,
So we're gonna see what happens here. Will Bubble pull it down pit road and change the weather here?
Carter just completely released the brakes on the entry to the airpit. It cost him so much time. Here comes Bubble all over the back of him.
Will Bubble turn for the corner? He will.
yeah, maybe
Oh, but he
he's
misses
waiting.
it. He misses the corner completely. I think it was all of that dirty air. It was created by 2 cars out in front. And also 4% worse tires for Bubble. Carter gets a little bit of a gap again. And they're going to try to close back into Ford. Oh, his Bubble's off.
He's driving an alternate line. Watch this late apex.
Oh, that's pretty good. I imagine it's pretty difficult to drive while you're changing the weather from the cockpit.
It's also a mystery on how he's able to do such action. I mean, he is racing.
Oh man, so we've got showers. We've got showers as the next weather update.
And Bubble gets 1 warning for track limits.
And that
Oh,
happened
man.
to be that happened to be him going wide on the grass on the outside of the turn is where that warning came from. So that's really going to incentivize him to stop doing what he's doing.
Nah.
Is he about to go off again? Oh, he keeps it on the road. I thought he was going to slide off once again.
And it's really pouring
It's
at this
really
point.
coming down now. Look at the rain. You can hear it.
Oh man. Now Bubble will this be the move? I mean, he makes it heavier, makes it easier for him to slide around the track. Unethical methods maybe to win this race. We will see what happens.
He's really closing on the back of Carter, but he
Oh, no.
sucks at
He's-
brake zones.
seems like he's forgot where to hit the brake pedal.
And we just got to see,
This point-
can his water bending abilities overcome his skill issues behind the steering wheel?
I think his skill issues might overcome his water bending just a bit here. As I mean, Ford's just pulled away here.
Yeah, he's taking it upon himself to just go ahead and close this out.
I think we
Big
might need
mistakes
a,
from him so far.
I think we might need to ban rain in future races. I don't know if that's possible, but
Carter
I
had a
need
really
to
good
ask the-
hairpin there. I mean, there's going to be 4 to go this time. I think Carter could still have a shot. 4 laps is a pretty long time. Carter looks pretty controlled right now.
Let's take a look at the gap here as they come
And I'm
down the line.
and unfortunately, I think Bubble is not really losing any speed right now. I think he's still going just as fast as he was before.
So
Oh, no.
3.4 is the gap.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was what, 2.9 last time, so Carter lost about half a second. He's going to need to gain a lot to give himself a shot, but you know, that's only like 1 off from Ford, and then you're right back in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Same with Carter. I think there's a helicopter outside my window right now. In the commentary box.
Ford looks super
Oh,
tidy right
Carter's
now.
off.
Carter's a little off, yeah. Ford looks more controlled than Carter right now. It kind of reminds you earlier in the race, right before that safety car, that's how Carter looked. You know, what would have been if this race, you know, the integrity remained in the sport? Carter probably walking away with that huge gap he had.
I think they're gonna need to redo the sports regulations again.
There's Bubble with a huge run after sliding through that corner. Here he comes.
I will
Oh, he
Oh,
completely
he's-
runs in the back of his teammate.
Get him off the track ASAP!
He's gonna back out.
Ford loves this
Let Carter
battling.
get back there.
Wait, hold
Ford's
on.
loving this.
Didn't Bubble get a warning earlier that said only warning? And
He
then didn't
did.
he just get a warning for track limits?
I think the justification is that his only warning was for that particular incident. So that particular kind of incident. So you can get an only warning for certain kinds of things. And maybe that's what the justification is.
I mean, he just rammed into poor old Carter.
Yeah, but that's the first time he ran into Carter specifically, so maybe that's his only
Oh,
warning.
I see. And he is closing a bit. I mean, Ford's, I think if he just does not have another off-track incursion, I think he's just won this race.
Even after that though, Carter kind of started gaining the last 2 corners again. He's still 3.5 seconds back. He's got 3 laps to get something done though. It's gonna be difficult.
Man, it's so painfully slow through this part of the track. It's hilarious to watch.
Back on the throttle, though.
And oh, Bubble!
Yeah.
Oh, Bubble!
He was lagging. He was lagging, and he might as well
safety car.
just stop. He's gonna record it, and he's gonna try to protest. But you know what? I mean, just stop.
I
Just
think at the,
retire the car at this point.
I
But he's
think
gonna
at
protest.
You've already gotten
Safety car.
Safety car, full safety car. Are we even gonna have time to get going green? Because that was 3 to go.
I think we will because it was Bubble who crashed and not Dino.
It might just be a one-lap shootout, guys.
We are gonna get a replay here.
Alright, 3 to go, 3 to go, 3 to go.
Looking at Bubble's onboard view right here, looks like he's been racing on board with himself through the TV spectate.
Well, that makes a whole lot of sense.
As looking at Bubble here through that, oh, he's frozen, he's lagging, he's still holding W the whole time. Turns to the right a little bit on purpose and gets damaged to get a safety car to get himself back into this race. Full conspiracy mode up here in the booth.
It seems like it. Wouldn't be surprised if he was the last car, you know, and then it dries up as soon as everyone else passes the pit commit.
Nah, he would never do such a thing.
That'd be something.
And Bubble is just running
he's
to the
running to the
leader
side
under
of
safety
Ford
car.
because
He's
he's
causing a
on
massive
his phone.
stack up in the slow section.
He was on his phone the whole time.
Looks like they
When
managed to
will
get
he
one of those
get his
iPhone
final
15s
warning?
into the cockpit of the Haas team as well.
Damn, these F1 teams are really spending money on new phones.
So is the pack gonna be together here for this, or?
It's hard to
See,
I
Ollie
see a
is-
Sauber that needs to catch up as well. Is that the last one of Ollie?
Yeah, I think so. No, Beast is out, right? I think Beast is out. And
Oh, Beast is way back. I think it'd be difficult for him to catch in time for us to go green here. But it is a long back straightaway.
so, wouldn't be surprised if Bubble ran into the back of someone. Looks like he's trying to make a Zaxby's order right now as he's pacing and sits through safety car. So I suppose we may have a restart here, and then a couple laps, or what? No message from race control, so I'm not sure what's going on.
We will see.
Now, oh, and Beast was gonna catch, but he got a full cut right there. As we're gonna get pits open green next time. Do you come
Oh,
into the
boy.
pits for fresh
Oh,
tires
no.
for like 2 laps? Is Bubble gonna put
Who's
on
gonna
slicks
be a
and change it
taker?
to dry? Oh,
There-
someone's
Kimmy's
staying
gonna
out.
stay out.
Oh, Bubble!
What the hell
Bubble
is he
pulling
doing?
out. What is he doing?
Just stay out.
Someone needs to ban this man from ever.
What
Oh
is
my
Ollie
God.
doing? He just ran into the back of everybody on the entry.
Bubble's gonna reset with 43% hearts on a one-lap
my
shootout.
gosh.
What on earth is the plan behind this?
So it'll be Kimmy leading from Bubble, and then the race off pit road. Let's keep an eye on that. As Ford is in, he's clean. Looks like it's
Looks like
close with Carter, but Ford is going to hold on. Then behind that
Yep.
is that Dino right there. That is going to be Dino, who comes third out of the pits. That'll put him P5 on the restart.
I can't believe we're coming down to one lap after all that baloney.
I just feel like this has been a full-length race, even though it's only a 60% race. Such craziness here.
The hero of your story is sitting in P2, and clearly more pace than Kimmy. It might end just the way you think it's going to end, viewer.
One lap shootout. That's the call from race control. Bubble the Wonder Boy will restart second. We have followed the hero's journey. You may have learned about this in literature class. We have followed it almost perfectly for Bubble the Wonder Boy. With the plot armor and the special exemptions.
If he wins, you might not hear me in the booth again. But we'll see what happens.
And Kimmy and Bubble's tires are so bad they can't take that turn 5 hairpin flat under pacing.
There's no way they get through this. With their tire, I mean, he's at 43%. Bubble is.
Well, what if? I mean, a safety car would end the race. You know, Bubble could run into the back of Kimmy. Take the win.
I
If
mean,
Kimmy
we'll
gets
have
a good
to
jump,
see
he
what
gets away from-
happens.
Yeah, Kimmy might have a great shot if he can get a jump on the restart and then just kind of get away from the car engine and everything just, takes off behind him.
I mean, how fast do we think Bubble is going to go into turn 1? And how fast do we think Kimmy is going to go? I think Bubble's going to go into turn 1 at 200, while Kimmy is going to go at, like, maybe 150, so see what happens.
I think if they clear the top 2, though, it's going to be Ford and Carter and Dino. That's kind of going to be your battle. But I mean, who knows? Like something crazy could happen. You know, Cookie could become a player here with one lap to go.
And to think that Anthony has got a 3-race ban and has one more race before his ban expires is crazy, because I don't think he was even half as much as a menace as our hero is in B2 right now.
Oh boy, he's still on his phone trying to get the Zaxby's orders, and he's asked me if I want something, but we have one lap left. I wish he would just wait a second.
He's still pacing miles back. Honestly, he's lost speed. If I'm Ford or Carter, I'm taking away P2 and P3.
Yeah, he's not going pace speed here. I think everyone else needs to pass him.
Oh, he's now catching up though. I think
He's
you should
running
have
to the
said that.
back
He's
of
running to the
Kimmy.
back of Kimmy. He's
What
really
on
trying to get
earth
the
is this?
Zaxby's order in.
Dude, Zaxby's is calling his name. He can't even look at his screen right now to focus on what's going on.
He's going to be going to the last lap. Will Bubble get the Zaxby's order before the checkered flag?
And
Oh,
19
man.
people are going to watch this final restart here. I have no clue what this toss driver is doing.
All right, where do you go? What lights do you pick? How aggressive are you? When does Kimmy go? I still think you go before the last corner and try to catch him sleeping, but we'll see what he chooses. Bubble really pushing him. Dino's off, and he's into the gravel.
What is going on?
He's fully off in the back.
Are we gonna go green?
I have no clue. No word from race control yet. Kimmy
Looks like
still
it's
is not
definitely
done.
ending. Dino's gonna catch back up in time, so it looks like we still may go green here.
He's just going to reach into the back, runs to the back of his teammate. As
And
Kimmy is
here's
going,
Kimmy.
green flag is out. Bubble's immediately under pressure by Ford and Carter.
He does have some draft here. He's gonna have to go defensive. But Ford it is there, baby.
Here comes Carter.
No, he's
Carter's
not
got the
quicker.
run on the outside. Carter sweeping
Door.
around the outside, 3 wide. Can he stay on the
And he's
track?
in a
Carter
front.
gets it done.
Marcus is off, but Carter's through it, and it was challenging Kimmy. Kimmy's staying.
Marcus
really
is
bad
out.
tires.
Marcus is out. Is that a safety car? Safety car is out.
Kimmy!
It's a full safety car. Kimmy's gonna win. I can't believe it.
What the hell is this finish?
Kimmy made the call to stay out and held on for 2 corners, and it looks like he's gonna win.
And Bubble is wrecked at the back of the pack. Is he finally gonna throw the white flag and call it a day?
Marcus DNF
And
race
it's-
ending under safety car. Bubble flying around. Carter put on the hero move into turn 1. It was amazing, but he's still gonna end up P2.
Unbelievable, dude. Carter, dude, if he hit the rest of the lap, he was gonna get past Kimmy. There was no way he was gonna be able to hold on.
Man, this is crazy. Maybe this was part of Williams' master strategy, just crash as soon as possible into turn 1.
What a call from Kimmy. I mean, he had like a relatively quiet day. And then at the very end, it just made sense for him to stay out. His really only shot.
Speaking
Looks
of
like the hero of
Bubble,
the
the Wonder
journey
Boy.
has joined the booth up in here. Bubble, how are you feeling after the worst race we've ever seen in our life?
That's Carter. I don't know where he came from. I'm just kidding. It's just a stupid soundboard. I wish we'd get Bubble out because he's not going to answer any questions.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode here at the Scar Hot Mic Podcast. I'm joined with Agent Jeff and Little Boy hurrying in me, and Jacob
What's up?
Palmer.
Yeah?
Jacob Palmer, a senior in high school.
Nah, I graduated, bro.
Now you're a child.
I
Man,
don't know how he's communicating.
Guys,
from this
ask
far
my
right now.
questions.
I really
Ask-
don't want him to be here right now.
Ask my questions. It's an honor for you to ask me questions.
Bubble, the world wants to know, what were you ordering from Zaxby's with 1 lap to go?
Yeah, here's your answer. Can you clear up something seriously for us? When is the safety car the appropriate remedy?
When your mom is in
There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. When your mom.
safety car is called whatever. Safety car is called whatever. Hold on, I gotta read you.
Bubble, I'd also like to know if there's some rumors that you were able to control the weather from the cockpit of your car. Is this
Safety car is called.
Interesting.
Safety car is called whenever someone has protest. Like the protest in the safety car is called, and the man now has a car safety car. And I can't control the weather, but the weather is. I have to tell everyone what I'm doing with the weather. I told everybody what I do with the weather. And that's why yesterday I put like dry tires, because I told them that I wasn't gonna go back to full dry conditions. And so that's why everyone stayed out on the west, and we had that little bit of drizzle, but it went back to rain. And that's the explanation. To the cross of the line and wins the Chinese Grand Prix.
Couple things. So beautiful scenes. Kimmy, Ford, and Carter being 3 wide at the checker.
that was
Kimmy's gonna
gorgeous.
come away with a win. Bubble is gonna get a DNF because he left early. So he wouldn't know that yet. That's what happened.
he's finally out of the VC. So, oh no, he's unfortunately back in this VC. Oh boy.
Oh, and now
think everyone's
everybody
there.
has joined the booth at once. Every driver
Hello.
is now all of a sudden barged into our commentary booth. They knocked the door down and flooded in like a mob. I thought I was playing Call of Duty Zombies for a second, but everyone.
Carter, other side, other side, other side.
Carter, what do you think of all these safety cars taking away your lead?
Oh man, it's terrible.
We expected you to say you were really happy about it, so that's a surprise.
Bubble did not finish.
Yeah,
the
I'm
race.
just watching Instagram Reels right now.
It's gonna be Bubble because I can see him holding his phone right up to his mic at the moment.
Something sad. Bubble didn't even finish the race.
So, how are the drivers feeling about Bubbles' racecraft throughout the race?
I don't want to get fined.
I don't want to get fined. I think that's the appropriate answer here today. As should we even do interviews?
No, I'm shutting down the game,
We
so
should
do
end this-
Everyone's already in here.
just end the
Everything.
stream.
Guys, head over to theroblox.com and go to Lounge Voice Channel.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's gonna do it for us here from Shanghai. I have no clue if you're ever gonna see us ever again. We will see you guys next time.